Hey everybody, Julian here. In this video, I wanted to talk about how I was actually able to leave my job, leave the military, and become financially independent. I saw a lot of comments on the last video when I was talking about my process of me just separating from the military. I recorded that video literally the day that I separated from the military, and then I talked about how I was actually going to be moving out of the country and pursuing entrepreneurship full-time. So I wanted to give a little life update, talk about what's been going on, and just help to answer some of those questions. I saw a lot of people commenting and saying that they were inspired from my journey because they followed along when I first started creating Coast Guard YouTube videos, and that maybe inspired them to join the Coast Guard, and then they saw my progress with getting into real estate and starting these different businesses, and seeing so many supportive comments made me really want to just come back and keep you all updated on what I've been doing as far as business-wise, as far as what I've been learning, what life is like outside of the military, and yeah, so that I really just want to be able to create more content around that. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 things that I did specifically to leave my job in the military and become financially independent. So the first thing that I did that allowed me to be able to quit my job was actually just making the intention to quit. Ever since I joined the Coast Guard, I was always striving after a specific goal. Like when I first joined, I wanted to become a helicopter rescue swimmer. So I was training for that, preparing for that. I was all consumed by just this one goal of becoming a rescue swimmer. And I've already made a video talking about my journey about going to rescue swimmer school, dropping out, and pursuing different interests. But one of the interests that I eventually picked up was entrepreneurship, trying to build something that would allow me more financial freedom so I could spend more time with my dad who was dying from cancer. I wanted to be able to spend more time with my family, and that's what I prioritized as being the most important goal. And being in the Coast Guard and moving and not being able to be there with my family was just misaligned with what it is that I really wanted out of life. So I set my intention to quit my job in the military and have enough income to be able to replace that job. A lot of people, when they join the military or have a job, get very comfortable because their job or the military is going to tell you exactly what it is that you need to do, how you're going to do it, and you just become really just complacent. Let's say that your goal is to live anywhere in the world and be able to work remotely. Then you would need a skill set that allows you to be able to do that. Maybe that is a job, and that could be, let's say, IT. So what you would need to do, let's say, is to get specific certifications or get a degree in college, really just anything that is going to align you with what that end goal that you have in mind is. My goal was to have enough passive income that would allow me to just pursue anything that I wanted to do and not have to be bound to a 9-to-5 job. But I'm also just going to say that there's no shame in having a 9-to-5 job as well. If you enjoy your work, if you enjoy IT, if you enjoy whatever it is that you're doing, go and pursue that and work for somebody else. That is completely fine. Just for me personally, I just wanted to create things. I wanted to be able to play with different ideas. If I have a different business or a different passion, I wanted to just be able to pursue that personally. But again, just think with the end in mind and then work backwards from there. The second thing that I did was focusing on learning high value skills. So for me, the high value skills that I learned was how to get eyeballs, how to drive traffic, people to watch my videos, consume my content, whatever it is that I wanted to direct them to. And then the second was having an offer set in place. So having something that you can sell on the back end that people that are watching your content would enjoy. The first way that I learned how to do this was actually just creating YouTube videos talking about the Coast Guard. And it was because it was something that I was genuinely just passionate about sharing with other people. I wanted to be able to educate people on what the Coast Guard was like and questions that I didn't see or being answered online. Because I was genuinely passionate about talking about the Coast Guard, answering questions that I wanted to know that I didn't see other people talking about, I was making sure that I was incrementally improving every video, making sure that I was creating relevant topics, things that people would find interesting. I was able to learn how to be able to get traffic to my videos. Once I was able to get people to actually start watching my videos is when I created my first offer, which was the Coast Guard Bootcamp Survival Guides. I knew that there was a need for this tool, and people that were watching my content, if they wanted to support my channel and if they wanted something that was genuinely helpful, that would genuinely help them, then they would purchase the Coast Guard Bootcamp Survival Guide, and that's how I created my first offer. So I learned how to drive traffic and I learned how to create a product, something that somebody would find valuable. Now again, this specific YouTube channel is never about making lots of money and, you know, becoming financially free from making Coast Guard videos. No, that's not why I did it. I genuinely just wanted to be able to help people, but it did teach me the basic fundamentals of how to be able to create something. And it was also subsequently during this time that I started working on my real business, which was about Airbnb education. I started this company called Short Term Sage, and that's where I really started focusing on the same practice of being able to drive traffic to videos, to content. I started a blog, a podcast, a YouTube channel, and subsequently I was able to drive traffic to those mediums, to those channels, and then we had an offer on the back end, which was a coaching program that helped people get started in this business. So again, the high value skill that I learned here was traffic and offers. And when it comes to business bare bones, that is really all that you need to know. One of my first ideas was creating a mobile cooking app called Cook Depot, and I had an idea, but I had no clue on how to actually get people to want to actually use the app, care about the app, get eyeballs to it. So the business just was a flop. It was more of an idea, and I paid a lot of money to developers to create it, and it didn't end up going anywhere because I didn't have the fundamental understanding of you need eyeballs and then you need an irresistible offer, something that people genuinely would want to use and care about. The third thing that I did was I bought an investment property. So my house, the place that I was going to be living in, I was looking at it from the mindset all the way from the beginning was as an investment property. So being in the military, we have the benefit of using the VA loan, which is a government-backed loan that allows you to be able to purchase a property with no money down. I still did have to have money saved up in order to renovate the basement, but I didn't have to put a down payment on the property, which does save a lot of money. Alternatively though, if you aren't in the military and you are trying to save for a property, there's a bunch of other government-backed loans out there, like the FHA loan, the first-time homebuyer loan, where you can put a very minimal down. I think you can go as low as like 2.5%, 3.5 around there for the down payment of the property. And then you could do the same idea here, which is where you would purchase this property and you're still looking at it as an investment property because you want to be able to separate the property, create two separate units from it. And that's really the key thing here in my journey was I purchased this property with the intent of renovating the basement. We would live in the top portion and we'd rent out the bottom on either Airbnb or like right now we are having a long-term tenant. So really the idea here is that you have a person that's renting out a portion of your house and you subsequently live in the other portion. This is also known as a house hack in real estate investing. The fourth thing that we did was Geo Arbitrage. So this is where you move to a country where the dollar is a lot more valuable and you make your living, you make your earning in the US. Right now we're living in Colombia, South America, where the dollar is nearly 4 times more valuable than it would be in the US. There's a lot of things here that are significantly cheaper. For example, if you were to get a haircut, you might only spend a couple dollars, where compared in the US, you might spend like $20 or $25. Food, much cheaper here. Housing, much cheaper here. So what we're able to do is actually live off of our real estate income. Just off of that one property that we purchased, we're able to cash flow around $2,300 a month in profit from that property. Because we sold our cars and we don't have a lot of expenses, we're actually able to save a lot of money being here. And because I've learned high value skills, I've been able to make money in various different ways online. So with the additional money that we're able to make online, we're able to live a much more comfortable lifestyle, where if we were to live in the US, we'd have a lot more expenses and there'd just be a lot more stresses on our life. Because for us, having a more fulfilling lifestyle where we're genuinely just doing the things that we want to do is most important. One of the last videos I shared on this channel was me actually starting another YouTube channel where I was going to be talking more about finances and side hustles, different things that you can do to be able to make money online. And I've been growing that channel for the past several months. Right now we're at around 5,000, a little over 5,000 subscribers. And I still want to create content for all of you guys, documenting my military journeyman progress for anybody that might be interested. I'd love to be able to know what it is that you'd like to be able to see more on this channel, types of content that you're interested in, whatever it is. I'm just curious and I want to be able to help you. To me, again, this channel is more of a creative freedom outlet where I can just share, answer questions. I really just have a passion just to be able to help anybody that is looking for help and wants to be inspired. If I can help anybody that is just deciding to join the military or is thinking of transitioning out, whether that's things like business advice, disability, what it's like moving to a different country, anything that you want to be able to know, just leave it in the comments and I'll go through and read them all and answer, maybe create a video for you if that interests you as well. But yeah, with all that being said, I'll talk to you all in the next video.